So hello everybody and welcome back. Hopefully by now we hit that 600 mark. Today, before we get started, please everybody like and subscribe. Today we'll be taking a look at this Douglas A20 G or J Havoc in 1/48 scale from Revell. So here's our instruction sheet. We have information in German and English and different versions, A20, the A20 G Havoc, and the A20 J Boston 4. Also technical specifications here on the bottom in German and English. All of our safety warnings. Our paint map, which I don't really use for Revell models because a lot of the colors are even right. The worst thing about Revell, in my opinion. You see there's a lot of plastic here. The sprues don't look numbered. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sprues. And it looks like this is clear. This is clear, I think. This one looks clear. And this one may be clear too. So 8 green and 4 clear sprues. So we start here, number 1. We got our wheel bay, front wheel bay, in this front bulkhead. Got painting instructions. They always did good painting instructions on these older kits. I wish they would keep doing that. So number 2, we're building our cockpit. We got this side panel here. You see the really good painting instructions for it too, as well as for this side panel. It goes on the other side. Here's our control column, pedals, seat. Number 3, we have our instrument panel, also very good painting instructions for that. Number 4, we put the cockpit onto the this front bulkhead. Number 5, we're put the bombs on the bomb rack. Number 6, we have our dorsal turret. Looks like 3 parts, but you see they got good painting instructions for that too. So number 7, we put our bomb rack in. We put our front wheel bay and cockpit in, and then also the dorsal gun turret. So now we're at number 8. We have a wing spar to put in, and it says 20 grams of weight. I found that this is usually not enough. I think 30 grams is probably better if you really wanted to keep it on its nose. I tried with the 20 on. I tried what it said on the Marauder, and it was too little. I had to put a lot more in it. So number 9, we got one side of the wings and 3 parts. Number 10, the other side of the wings. Number 11, you put the wings on. So number 12, we have the nose for the A20 G. The gun nose. I like the gun nose. 13, 14, 15, 16. It's all the nose and the bomb bay for the A20J. 17, we're putting the nose on, depending on which one you decide. I like the G nose. So 18, we put the we put the vertical stabilizer together. 19, we put the tail section together. The horizontal stabilizers. 20, we put the vertical onto the horizontal and put that onto the aircraft. Then here we got our engine nacelles, 3 parts. There's a bulkhead that goes inside. Put the 2 pieces together. 22 is the other side. Number 23 here is if we want our wheels up, then we just put the nacelles on. So number 24 is if we want the wheels down. Now we're going to build the landing gear first. You see there's quite a few pieces to this rear landing gear, I think. Well, it looks like, okay, it's 3 parts on both sides. And there's a good diagram here of how it all goes together with painting. So number 25 is the front landing gear, also 3 parts. with some painting instructions here too. Actually, it's 4 parts. There's this piece that goes in there too. Number 26, we put the nacelles on. 27, we have our propeller hubs there. I mean our engine hubs. We're putting all these little, I don't know if they're intakes or exhaust, I don't know. We're putting all these little pieces on everywhere. And then we have the other side as well. To 29, we put the engine together. We got, you see 2 rows of pistons, which is good. They're separated, so maybe we have more detail there. And you see there's a part that goes in there so the propeller spins. Number 30, we put those on. In 31, we have our options here. We have closed landing gear, closed bomb bay on the left side, and on the right side we have open bomb bay, or we have this external fuel tank. You have to decide if you want the open bomb bay or the external fuel tank. So number 32, we build our wheels together. We got our rear wheels and our front wheel. Number 34, we put the wheels on. So number 35, we have our wheel bay doors. 26 is our front canopy. 27 is our the glass for the dorsal turret, plus a couple other little parts here. And here we have our this rear window there. 39, we're putting a lot of the small parts on, lights, these pieces here in the front, and the propellers. And 40, we have our antennas and our guns for the nose, for early or late, depending on what you want there. And 41, we put our antenna wire on, and then we're finished. So it looks like we have 2 versions here. We have A20 Havoc called Butch from the 410th Bomb Group, 647th Bomb Squadron, Ghostfield, Essex, England, mid-June 1944. This is green and gray. And here we have a Douglas RAF Boston Fort, which is the A20J. April 1944, serial number 439136. Which also looks good. I like it too, but I'll go with the G, I think. So here's our decal sheet. It looks like it might be missing some stencils and stuff. We have our numbers, our roundels, both American and British. We have, for the propellers, these pieces are shark teeth. The fire extinguisher, for the fuel tanks, or fuel fillers. Other one I can't really read right here. Oh, that's the serial numbers here. And all of our stripe stuff here. I wish this stuff was easier to paint on, because they usually don't, I don't know, I don't like the way they turn out usually. But I think the colors are pretty nice. Even though I don't know. This red looks a little bright. I don't know. Just what I think. But the rest looks pretty good, I think. The roundels are round. I've had some before that weren't centered like they were supposed to be. I don't even remember what brand that was, but it wasn't good. But I don't know. Shouldn't there be something on the wings for where the crew walks, like the black stripe or something? Not really sure. But I think the decals look pretty good. So the parts map isn't exactly right. There are actually, the sprues are numbered, and they're all kind of mixed up. Here we have sprue A and C together. This is A here, and this is C here. So they're together. We have our fuselage halves. Here's our extra fuel tank. Our turret halves. This is a piece for the top of the wings. This the exhaust or intake. for it. We have our guns for the turret. We have our bombs. Here's our nose and our different guns for the nose. Take a look at this fuselage half here. And it has good engraved detail, but the inside of the cockpit is pretty bare. But we have those walls that go inside, so that should be our detail. And I think the turret here looks pretty good. Plastic is really glossy though, which is actually okay for aircraft, I think. There's our nose for the G as well here. Nice engraved detail there. Here's all of our little pieces there for the that goes around there, and our bombs there. So this is tree C. This is sprue B. This is our other nose for the Boston version. That's all that's on here. We have the nose, and here's the part for the bombardier sight, and the bombardier seat there. You see the interior, no detail at all. But the exterior looks good though. This is also two sprues. This is sprue H and K. We have our nacelles, bomb bay doors, our cockpit floor, our engines, and half of the wings. The cockpit is okay. The pedals are kind of eh. I would say this could use a photo etch detail set for the interior at least. And here I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's a flash, I guess. Engine nacelles look pretty good. The inside are okay, but there's these big pin marks here that has to be sanded down. Like here's pin marks too, but those are okay. They're going to be out of sight. But here, in this area, those are going to have to be all sanded down. They're pin marks that stick out, so it won't be that hard. The ones that are the inside, those are the worst ones, I think. Like this one. But that doesn't matter anyways. I think the engines, here in the front, the engines look pretty good, I think. I would add some cables to it, and that's really all. I wouldn't worry about any other engines or a detail set for them. Just drill out some holes and add some cables around there. It'd be good. The wings also have some good engraved detail. So here we have sprue L and I. L is just the other half of the wings. I, we have, here's our front bulkhead. We have our landing gear bay doors, our front and rear landing gear, the main pieces. Wing spars here, the wheels are here. You see they are also weighted. Unfortunately, instead of making like a D for the pin for the hole, it's just a circle. So you have to watch. How you put it on so that the flat part of the wheel is hitting the ground. I've had that before. I didn't really pay attention, and it was in the wrong place. So then you end up trying to get it back off and then breaking it, and sometimes, you know. But I think the wheels look pretty good. They have some really good texture there for the tread. And here we have some detail on this front bulkhead too. I think the landing gear parts look really good. But I might consider getting metal landing gear for this though. It's going to be a heavier kit probably. And the plastic always ends up breaking. Once again on the wings there's some good engraved detail. I like to shine it in the light so you can see it better. So here we have sprues J and G. J is our horizontal and vertical stabilizers with our tail section. And G has a lot of the detail on it. Our propellers, our instrument panel, seat, our other parts to the landing gear here, antennas, steering column, and these are front wheel bay as well. You can see inside the front wheel bay they put some stuff in there so it's not so bare. I really don't know how good it is though. Instrument panel also looks okay. There's even little dials in it. That's great. You can just paint it. You don't need to add anything to it really. I think the landing gear parts look really good too. There's no harness in the seat though. You see there's some good detail on these sidewalls too. I didn't see the other. There's one. Oh, that's both of them here. Yeah. So there's some good detail on these sidewalls. But I still would think about maybe getting some photo etch for the inside. So even with the clear parts, we have three sprues together. Two of them are, this is CB and this is probably A, but it doesn't say it. You see here's our turret glass, this rear window there, get the cockpit glass here and here. Got some lights in the tail end piece here. And here's the side windows for the front glass and the side glasses for the Boston version. The glass looks pretty clear, but well, kind of. It's pretty clear, but if you look closely, it's kind of wavy a little bit. It can be polished out a little bit. You can really do that really good with like those eyeglass cloths. You can polish stuff out like clear parts. But I think the clear parts look okay. The frames are okay too. They're there. You can see them. Like here. Well, so this is an older kit. I think it has some pretty good detail for being an older kit though. Interior is okay. I would say photo etch for the interior. It needs seat belts or the harness. The engines look pretty good. The wheel bay, the landing gear looks pretty good. The wheelbase needs some work. And that's pretty much it. I think the rest is okay. Just a little more detail on the interior and in the wheelbase. I think it'll turn into a good kit. But the bomb bay, I'm sure, probably not so great either. You can see here. If you leave the bomb bay open, there's nothing there. Nothing at all. And I really don't know what's supposed to be there, but there's usually cables and stuff running along the walls. And bulkheads inside. You see that on some other kits that Revell and Monogram do. They got 4 or 5 bulkheads inside. There should be at least 2 here, probably, on each side of the wheel bay. Bomb bay. But, so I think it's missing some interior stuff that might be important, especially if you leave the bomb bay open. You want those bulkheads there, because if you look underneath, you're going to see it. It's just going to be like wide open. So I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. Next time we're going to take a look at this Maki C202 Fulgore and 1/48 scale from Hasegawa. Being from Hasegawa, I expect it to be a pretty good kit. I have probably, well, not every, but a lot of the Italian aircraft I have, and I find them really interesting that they didn't get used more. Some of them are actually pretty good. So thanks for watching. Until then, bye.